Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 2 against the Cardinals. No off day till the 31st, so you will keep with the regular guys. It was a 3-0 win yesterday in a game that honestly felt closer than that. The Cardinals, I think, only had one fewer base runner than we did, just ours were timed slightly better, and also Pujols' near home run was just that, a near home run. So, just a little bit of bad luck on St. Louis' side. Looks like they've got the same lineup that we saw yesterday. Chris Young on the mound. Although I guess I maybe should have waited to say that here in a moment. Here's a better look at Chris Young, and we'll get started with Kester at the plate here in just a moment. All right, let's get this game started. Kester will look at strike one to start things off. And that fastball's too low to make it 1-1. Fastball just a bit outside. And that's outside again. It's 3-1 now. After that first pitch was in there, Young's not come super close. There's a swing and a miss on what might have been ball 4. Instead, we've got a full count. And there's ball 4. Kester will lead off with a walk. So here's Marvin at the plate. It's a check over on Kester. Marvin is batting left-handed. Swings and misses. Ground ball to third. Helms will go to second with it, and that will be the only out the Cardinals get. But it is a lead runner. 1 on with 1 out now. Chief at the plate. It's back to 399 on his average. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Popped into shallow center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Marvin will go on to third. Throw goes to first for some reason, but both runners were standing on the base. I guess it didn't really matter. Didn't have to be a throw at all, to be honest. Terry clubs us into center field. Burt going back. Makes the catch. Here goes Marvin. He had tagged up from third. Chief did not tag up, but he gets back safely. Sack fly to open the scoring. The Squirrels leading 1-0. The runner still on first with 2 outs. And whenever we get through this replay, we will get Frank at the plate. Young starts him off with a slider for a strike. This is fouled away to make it 0-2. Pop fly, but Eckstein should have this one. Goes back a little further than I thought, but he does make the play. So the Squirrels 1 run on 1 hit. That will bring Eckstein to the plate to start things off for the Cardinals. Regular lineup out there in the field. Paulie on the mound today. We'll see if the Cardinals can answer that run here in the first. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. This one misses, down and away. So fastball for strike 2. Eckstein hasn't swung yet. Doesn't swing at this one either, but it was a ball. 2-2. There's a swing, and he's going to hit it through the left side of the infield. A leadoff single. That will bring Chris Burke to the plate. They check over on first. Paulie from the stretch now. Throws a pitch that's fouled back. I think it was a knuckleball. Fastball in there for strike 2. This is hit through the right. Oh, not through the right side. Kester gets to it and turns it into a 4-6-3 double play. I thought it was going to roll by him, to be honest. And once he did, I didn't think we had much of a prayer of turning that double play. It was close over at first, but I think we got him by just a hair. So here's Albert Pujols with nobody on base and 2 outs. It was in the it was in the first inning yesterday when he hit one right up to the wall, and Frank caught it leaning against the bullpen out there. Pops this one up in an awkward spot, but I think Terry ended up coming down with that. So we will go to the second inning. Both teams with hits, but the Squirrels with a run. Tom's going to lead it off. First pitch is too low. Bounces in a curveball. Looks at strike one. Ground ball to Ellis. That will be the first out of the inning. Zach to the plate. He will look at strike one. Line drive out into right center field. That'll get by Burke. Zach turns on towards second, and he will settle in there safely. I think he slides just for show. All right, runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Joey at the plate, who has been hitting well lately. Looks at strike one. Yeah, Joey hitting almost 350. Like, who would have imagined that his first year? Strikes out on 3 straight pitches here, though, which is unfortunate. Brings Pauly to the plate, who's having a good year for a pitcher, but, those are 3 important words at the end of the sentence. Hits this one to Pujols, who will step on the bag and end the inning. So still a 1-0 game as you go to the bottom of the second, where J.D. Drew will start things off. He did come up with the hit yesterday. Looks at strike one. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here's Sky. He has hit us well all year. I think he officially went 2 for 4 yesterday. It probably really should have been 3 for 4, though. As mentioned, that error was... I could see where it came from. Gets a solid hit here, so no controversy around that. Brings Mark Ellis to the plate with the runner on first and 1 out. Ellis quickly down, 0-2. He will swing and miss at a changeup in the dirt. So here's Juan Pierre, runner on first with 2 outs. He will take strike one. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Hits this one, a short hop to Chief, who will get it to first. And that will end the second inning. Still a 1-0 game as we go into the third. The Squirrels are already back to the top of their order. Kester drew a walk his first time up. Looks at strike one here. He was not the one to come around to score, though. Marvin hit it to a fielder's choice. Kester with a base hit in this at-bat. So another leadoff runner aboard. Marvin hit the ground ball that he was able to beat out for the double play. Actually, I don't even think they made a throw. But Marvin is the one that came around to score the run. He is down 0-2. He will ground this one foul. We try again. This time a swing and a miss. 1 away, here's Chief. As the rain starts to trickle down. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. He's got a 1-1 count at the moment as he fouls this pitch away. Called strike 3. 2 down, here is Terry. He had the RBI sacked fly in the first, a deep fly ball into center. He will look at a strike. Not sure that went exactly where Sky wanted it. That one misses. There's another called strike, makes it 1-2. Up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. Marvin on his, or Kester rather, on his way to third. Puts runners on the corners for Frank. A chance to tack on some breathing room. So that pitch is up and out. Popped foul, but it will make the seats. Had me worried for just a moment. This one will also make the seats behind home plate. 1-2. That slider didn't really do much, just sailed. That one in the, well, it was low. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on first will be off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it remains 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning, where Wes Helms is going to start things off. Pauly starts him off with a bit of a wild fastball. This is going to be fouled away. 1-1. Just missed inside. This is hit into left field. Frank, I don't know that he had to move at all. Makes the catch. 1 away for Chris Young, who I do remember being a good hitting pitcher. I don't have the numbers in front of me to try to back that up, but I seem to remember him being very capable at the plate. He's got a 1-2 count right now. So he will put this in foul ground. Frank gave chase, but didn't come very close. This one's fouled straight back. Still a 1-2 count. Ground ball back to the middle. Pauly knocks it down and gets it to first. 2 away and back to the top of the order for the Squirrels. Only 2 strikeouts for Pauly the first time through the order. Eckstein, not one of those. He got a base hit in his first at-bat. That pitch was in the dirt, and this one is too high. Didn't see that one right out of his hand was going to sail. It was a better pitch. I'm still not completely sure it was a strike, but it was better. That one's too far inside. We've got a 3-1 count. There's a knuckleball in there to make it a full count. Throws it again, and Eckstein is going to again put it into shallow center field for a base hit. This time a 2-out single brings Chris Burke to the plate. Fortunately for the Cardinals, he hit into a double play in his first at-bat. It's got an 0-2 count right now. So he will hit this one just foul down the first base side. This one will stay fair. Terry will pick it up and step on the bag to end the inning. Tight ball game. It's 1-0, and the Squirrels also leading by 1 in the hits column. Tom is going to lead things off here in the 4th inning. He ground out in his first at-bat. Grounds this one right to Eckstein. 1 away, and here is Zach. Got a double in his first at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. Gets this one into center field. Burke ought to have it, and he does. 2 down, and here's Joey, who struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Looks at strike 3. Quick inning in the top of the 4th. Still 1-0 Squirrels. The Cardinals will have Pujols starting off the bottom of the 4th. This is where you'd like to have a little more breathing room than we've got, so if Pauly can just at least keep him in the yard, that's a win. He looks at strike 1. Pops this one up. That's 2 pop-ups with this one in a bit of an awkward spot. Kester is able to get back there and make the play, though. So 1 away. Here's J.D. Drew, who struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch catches the outside corner. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Fouled away. Called strike 3. 2 down. Here is Sky, who got a base hit out in the right in his first at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike will make it 0-2. Looks at strike 3 over the outside corner. That will end the 4th inning. It's still a 1-0 lead for Indianapolis, and they will start with Pauly at the plate. And Pauly ground out in his first at-bat. He will look at a ball high. Grounds this one. It looks like Helms will be the one to pick it up and throw it over. 1 away. Back again to the top of the order. Kester 1 for 1. He has walked and singled so far. And this is going to hook foul. Into center field. Will Burke get there? He does. We're playing shallow, as teams typically do. Marvin is officially 0 for 2. I mean, one of those should be a fielder's choice rather than a ground out. He's got a 1-1 count at the moment. Make it a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the top of the 5th. Still 1-0. St. Louis will send Mark Ellis to the plate to start off the bottom of the 5th. Ellis struck out in his first at-bat. He will look at strike 1 here. Another called strike will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Juan Pierre. Ground out in his first at-bat. So he looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Ground ball back to Pauly, who fields it cleanly and gets it to first in time. Rain seems to be coming down a little harder now. Don't know how that's going to affect a knuckleballer. Probably not great, but it's doing okay so far. Wes Helms takes strike 1. Grounds this one off to second, and that will be the that is the end of the inning. We go to the 6th. Chief is going to lead things off for the Squirrels, who are still clinging to that 1-0 lead. Chief 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at a curveball for strike 1. Fastball up by his face. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. And that one's a bit low. 2-2 now. Line drive into left. That will get down for his second hit of the day. So here comes Terry. He is 1 for 1 with a sac fly and a single, an RBI sac fly. So it's driven in the only run of the game so far. Has a 1-1 count right now. So he watches that pitch down in the dirt. Oh, it's behind on that high fastball. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down. Frank is 0 for 2 so far. Struck out in his last at-bat. Say check over on first. 1 on, 1 out. Curveball's in there for a strike. Don't feel like he was throwing that curveball much early in the game. Up the middle, Young's able to knock it down, and they get the out at second. Can't get the out at first. So 2 away. Tom at the plate is ground out in both at-bats so far. He's going to ground this one on to second, and that will end the top half of the 6th inning. So Young is due to start things off for the Cardinals. It is still a 1-0 Indianapolis lead. Young ground out in his first at-bat. He will look at strike one here. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Called strike 3 on an elevated pitch. So 1 away. So here's David Eckstein. He's 2 for 2 today. Pops this one up. Tom's going to come out from behind the plate and grab it. 2 away, and here is Chris Burke. He is 0 for 2. He's put the ball on the ground both times. I want to say both times to short, actually. Could be wrong about that, but that's what I seem to remember. It's got a 1-1 count. Actually, no, I think the first one went to Kester, now that I think about it. Puts this one back to Pauly, and that will end the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. Zach's going to lead things off for the Squirrels, who are still leading 1-0. Zach 1 for 2 on the day with a double. So that pitch misses. Grounds this one to short. Eckstein takes care of that. 1 away. Here is Joey. He struck out in both at-bats today. 2 of Young's 7 strikeouts so far. He will look at strike 1 here. Pitch is up and in. Hits this one, but it's going to just hook foul. Did not miss by much, but it's a 1-2 count. This is fouled off. Up the middle, and that will be a base hit. 1 on with 1 out. We will pinch hit here. Let's bring Phil out there. See if you can get that average up to 200. All right, 1 on, 1 out. Looks at strike 1. This one down by his feet. Hits this one into left field, and it is going to get down for a base hit. 2 men aboard with just 1 out. Kester at the plate, and Young starting to wipe his brow. Throws the first pitch in there for strike 1. This is line foul to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now here's Marvin. Still 2 on, but now with 2 out. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one through the left side of the infield. Going to try to score. Throw coming home as well, but it's not going to be in time. Juan Pierre not with the strongest arm. And that gives the Squirrels a 2-0 lead with Chief at the plate and still 2 runners aboard. So this could get out of hand for the Cardinals real quick, although Chief puts it through the right side of the infield with the 0-2 count. That's going to score another run, 3-0 Squirrels. And that's going to be it for Young. He just runs out of gas. Here comes Kyle McClellan. The Cardinals maybe should have switched pitchers after 6, but Young had been rolling for 5 innings, 5-0 straight, so I don't necessarily blame them for rolling the dice a little bit. Terry, 1 for 2, looks at strike 1, swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will bring us to the 7th inning stretch. It's now 3-0 Squirrels. The Cardinals will start off with Albert Pujols at the plate.
Now, please rise and join the singing.
couple old cans over there. The volume set back. That's good enough. Go find Nakai into Terry's spot. So I'm going to have Kester play first. Put Phil in at second.
Your attention, please. Now to the line pitch for Indianapolis. Nakai.
All right, here's Albert Pujols. He will swing and miss at a changeup. So at least if he leaves the yard here, it doesn't hurt us that bad. Fouls that pitch away. That'll make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hey, how about that? We've not only kept Pujols in the yard, we've kept him off the bases entirely so far. Might get another shot at it, though, so not out of the woods yet on that one. J.D. Drew has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Make it 2-1. That changeup. The two balls have not really been close. That's a better changeup, and Drew puts it over Chief's head and into left field. 1 on with 1 out. Here's Sky. Singled and struck out so far today. Pops this one into left. Frank drifts over a bit towards the foul line and makes the grab. So 1 on with 2 outs now, and here's Mark Ellis, who has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Pitch not real close. Better fastball, and Nakai does get the call. I still thought it was a ball myself, but I'm not the umpire. Ground ball to third, and that will end the 7th inning. So 3-0 Squirrels as we go into the 8th, where Frank will lead things off. Frank 0 for 3 on the day. It's fouled away. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Watches that pitch in the dirt. A bit outside. That'll make it 2-2. Popped up. It looks like McClellan's going to field it himself, standing over by Ellis. So here's Tom. He's ground out in all 3 at-bats so far today. 1 out with nobody on base. Pitch is up and in, makes it 2-0. Fouled away to make it 2-1. Swing and a miss, make it 2-2. Bloop towards the left side. This is being a short hop, and that will turn into an infield hit for Tom. Thought they'd catch that on the fly, but just apparently couldn't quite get there. So 1 on, 1 out for Zach. He grounds this one, a high hop over by the third base coach. Gives him an 0-2 count. Ground ball, also foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So here is Joey. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Kind of started that rally. Pops this one foul. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Grounds this one to second, and that will end the top of the 8th. 3-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Juan Pierre is going to lead things off. We will change pitchers. Bring Hermida in to do the setup inning. We'll put him into Joey's spot, which we can then bring Sweeney in to play first. And move Kester over to short.
Your attention, please. Now on the pitch for Indianapolis. Number 17,
Juan Pierre has ground out twice. He will look at a fastball for a strike. Another fastball for a strike. Swings and misses at the curveball for strike 3. 1 away. Here's Wes Helms. flown out and ground out. Curveball is called a strike. Fastball right down the middle for strike 2. Chases a curveball in the dirt for the second out of the inning. McClellan is going to get to hit here. He looks at a curveball for a strike. Grounds it off to second base, and that will be that for the 8th inning. We go into the 9th inning. Phil is going to lead things off for the Squirrels, who are currently leading 3-0. Phil did get a base hit in his first at-bat, brought his average up to 198. So that slider is down and away, gives him a 1-1 count. This will not get over Helm's head. That's the first out of the inning. So here's Kester. He's 1 for 3. Walked and singled to start the game. Looks at ball 1. Pops this one up. Sky should have room, and he will make the catch. 2 away. Here is Marvin. Got a base hit his last time up. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch, not as much. Popped up in front of the plate. McClellan will come in a few steps and make that catch. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 3-0 Squirrels lead, and the Cardinals are back to the top of their order. All right, here comes Shibuya, who we've seen a lot more of lately. Eckstein is 2 for 3 so far. So he looks at a strike here. Line drive out into right field, his 3rd hit of the day. See if the Cardinals can get something started. Here is Chris Burke. He has put the ball on the ground all 3 at-bats. He will look at a ball here. Swing and a miss. Make it 1-1. Line drive right to Chief. Throws to first, but, not nearly in time. So here's Albert Pujols. He'll get one last crack at it. Thankfully, he can only hit a 2-run homer right now. So he looks at strike 1. Check over on first. Check over again. I'm not sure they're going to run with Pujols at the plate. High hop. This actually is probably going to be an infield hit. Yeah, no play after that hop comes down. So J.D. Drew is the tying run at the plate. There's 1 away with 2 on. First pitch is too low. That one bounces in. 2-0. There's a strike. That one misses outside. It's 3-1. Swing and a miss makes it a full count. Only 1 out, so the runners will stay put. That's called a ball. That's going to load the bases with only 1 out, and Sky, a dangerous hitter at the plate. First pitch is too low. This is popped up in foul ground. That's a gift. Tom makes the catch. Bases still loaded, but there are now 2 outs. Mark Ellis, who I do believe is 0 for on the day, grounds this one towards the middle. Kester grabs it, goes to first. And boy, the Squirrels dance around trouble there in the 9th inning, but your final score, Indianapolis Squirrels 3, St. Louis Cardinals 0. I'm sure St. Louis very frustrated. They couldn't play to run there in the last frame. All right, Polly is going to be your player of the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we will wrap up this series against the Cardinals tomorrow. We'll see you then.